It's a fantastic job, it's a fabulous job, and it's not a job, it's my life. My role in Ca del Bosco is to be the founder and the president. Ca del Bosco, the translation is Ca is a shortage, the dialect for casa. Casa means house. Del Bosco is in the forest because it was a very small, tiny house in the middle of a forest. And on the city hall maps, this small house and all the area was called Ca del Bosco because it's a dialect. So we left the name. My parents, that they was living in Milano, that is the main city north of Italy. They wanted to have natural food, so they start to think to buy a farm, a small farm. So they was in love with this place, very rustic and very isolated in the middle of the forest. And they start to make a small house they found a farmer, and they start to have street fruit and pigs and chicken and whatever, a farm is done. So I was in this farm, and incidentally, due to a trip that I've done in France to see some area like Burgundy and Champagne, I started to think that we was doing some wine in a very simple way, in a very tiny production. I asked my father to be more, supportive to the farmer in order that he can make the wine better. I was pushing in this direction, and so I started the cellar, and everything started like, let's say, a dream. I was very lucky to have a big mentor, that is Luigi Veronelli, that I was so lucky that this gentleman take me under his wing, because probably saw someone very young with a lot of passion but with no knowledge. I was able, thanks to him, to understand where to go, which direction to take, and then Ca del Bosco slowly is started and is born. Well, the region of Franciacorta is beautiful and have all the characteristic in order to make a wine that can ferment twice. In climate also, we are very close to the Alps mountain. That make to have a very big difference of temperature day and night, especially in summertime. And this allowed the grapes to be ripe, but to keep the freshness in order to support twice time and fermentation. It was fantastic because we found a number of producers that have the same idea and with the same goals. All the producers are winners. And so it's easier to build rules and to build a philosophy dedicated to quality. Our wine is more wine than sparkling, means that the wine is more round, is more balanced, is less acid, and it doesn't need especially addition of sugar in the end to balance the acidity. When it became DOCG, was the first DOCG in Italy for a bubble wine, the rules was so strong and so the low production for hectare, the low percentage of juice when you press, the longer time for the maturation on the yeast. So all those things make the appellation rules very strong and give to the producer, a kind of rules in order to, have a fastest way in get the tradition that we don't have because we are very young, because we start only 60 years ago. With those rules, everyone was obliged to go in the direction of the quality, and these have give good result in the past. If you compare with other sparkling from other regions of the world, probably Franciacorta is the more appropriate to eat with, because you have the body to keep a dish of pasta or even some white meat, because you have the power, the roundness to support even the food. Franciacorta is a beautiful terroir, is so close to the Alps. We are only 40 miles away from a glacier of 4,000 meters tall. So Franciacorta probably is a beautiful opportunity for make this kind of wine. First of all, we never have to have the bottle like this, but always like this. But the bottle have to keep this orange paper that is not only fancy, normally it is a white bottle, and the light destroy the wine. So we have to keep the bottle always inside an anti-UV paper. And then to serve is just enough to chill it and to drink it at a good temperature. And never use a flute glasses. Always to use an open glass, because the wine need to breathe when you open it, because it stay 2.5, 3 years in the bottle. So when you open the bottle, the wine need to breathe. And in a flute, that is a terrible glass, he never breathe, and in addition you cannot drink because it go in your nose, and you have to stay always with the neck turn and look in the sky instead to look at you. That is more beautiful to look at you than look at the sky when you drink. They have to try first, and when they try, I believe they will be satisfied, because they found something with a good personality, different, and very elegant.